Hey guys, welcome back to another guitar tutorial here for Rooted Music Coaching. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Hillsong tune, Who You Say I Am. And this song is originally in G flat, and like a lot of acoustic guitar players and like a lot of worship leaders, their acoustics are tuned down a half step. So they're just playing in G, but for the sake of this video, because your guitar is probably not tuned down a half step, we're going to keep it in standard tuning and capo on the 2nd fret and play like we're in the key of E, or play with E shapes, and that will put us in the key of G flat. And the chords for this song that'll be used in this song are G flat, which is the 1 chord, and the way that we're going to play that is actually not like this. We're going to take this 3rd out and we're going to move it up here to the 5th. We're just going to play what's called a root 5 chord. It's just literally the G flat and the D flat of the chord repeated throughout the strings. And the way we get to that is we bar this index finger over these 2 notes right here on the 5th and 4th string, and then on the 3rd string you put your pinky right here on the 6th fret, and then you're always leaving these 2 strings open pretty much throughout the whole song. So that makes the 1 chord our G flat major, and then there's also the 6th chord that we'll be using, which is E flat minor. And in this case, because we're leaving these 2 strings open again, the 7th is in there, so it's actually technically called a E flat minor 7. We're going to take this same shape and we're going to slide it down 1 whole step. And here's the 5 chord, or in this case, a D flat sus. It's D flat major, but the 3rd is raised up 1 half step, and you're hearing the 4th in the chord. So it's actually called a D flat sus, but for the sake of this song, here's the 5 chord, D flat major. And then you just take the same shape, slide it down another whole step, and you've got the 4 chord. Or in this case, again, because we're leaving these 2 notes open, it's not just a 4 chord or a B major chord, it's a B add 2, because this B chord has the C sharp or the D flat in it, and that would be the 2 in the key of B. So you've got a B2 chord, but for this song, this is how we're going to play our 4 chord. There's one more kind of tricky chord that appears in the bridge of this song. It's called a 5/7. So the way we get to that is we take our 5 chord, which in this case is D flat, and we put its 3rd in the base of the chord. So the root of the chord is D flat, and then we can just walk up. The 2 is E flat, the 3rd here is F, and then we put that note in the bass. So it's a 5 chord with the 7 of the key of G flat in the bass. So try not to get confused. And if this is a bit hazy, you can always look back at our first couple videos that we made where we discuss numbers and we discuss major scales and chord structures and how chords are put together. But this is a 5/7, and the way that we'll get to that here in this key is we'll put our ring finger here, and then we'll bar our index finger over these 3 strings right here all together, and then so that's going to be the one little tricky chord in this song, and you'll see that later when we play through the bridge. That's a 5/7 again. So let's put that all together now and learn the different parts of the song. So the intro of the song just stays on the 1, and again, for the purposes of this song, this is how we're going to finger that 1. And the strumming pattern is kind of this swinging 6/8, but for the first verse you do a little bit of palm muting, not the whole time, but just up and down, kind of with your pick motion, lifting up the hand off the strings. You'll even hear there's one little lick that Brooke or whoever's playing acoustic guitar is actually doing, where they add the 2 every now and then on that 1 chord like this. And that's the whole intro. From then on, it's right into the verse, which is the 1 chord, 6, 5, 1, 1, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4. Then the chorus is 1, 5, that's pretty much the turnarounds and the chorus and the verses. So the only other section to the song is the bridge. And again, this is where we're going to see that interesting 5/7 chord. So it starts on the 6, and the pattern is always going to be a downstroke, straight pattern the whole time. 6 chord, 5/7, 1, 4, 6, 5/7, 1, 4, 6, 5/7, 1, 4, 6, 5/7, 1 and 4 again, and then there's a tag. And back to the chorus. And all that was at the end was just the 6, the 5/7, and then the 4 again. So if any of these chords, again, seem a little squirrely to you, you can always refer back to those videos we talked about that we've made at the very beginning of this that explain numbers and chord structure for you to help you understand it a little bit better. So we're going to put all these parts together now and play the song all in context. So hope you enjoy.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought